Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Look, man, I got Anthony Joshua beating Daniel Dubois. But I'm going to tell you, the more I watch Anthony Joshua talk, the more I feel like Anthony Joshua may be a bit overconfident. The last time he showed this kind of confidence, this kind of swag, this kind of smiling and grinning for the camera, was when he came over to the States and he was getting ready to fight Andy Ruiz. And we all know how that fight ended. Now, the reason that I'm concerned for him, now remember, I don't care who wins. I don't have a favorite fighter, but I think Joshua's going to knock out Dubois. But I'm watching, I'm like, man, when Joshua's out here talking about the IBF first and then Undisputed and laughing and joking and talking about fighting Fury and after Fury and becoming Undisputed, fighting Deontay Wilder. I'm like, this is what you don't want to do. Now, we give Canelo hell because he won't come out and talk about potentially who his next opponent's going to be when Canelo's getting ready for a fight. But then you come and you see Anthony Joshua, who's already out here talking about, well, these are my plans. So does Canelo have a right to be more respectful of the task at hand? Or is Anthony Joshua just having a conversation, but he's really focused? Now, I'm going to tell y'all this, right? Daniel Dubois, no matter what you think about him, he and Don Charles have figured something out. And Don Charles have brought something out of Daniel Dubois that we haven't really seen, okay? But the same way Ben Davison has been able to bring out of Anthony Joshua what we knew he had in him. He just had it bottled up for a few fights. That being said, 6'5" versus 6'6". Both of them reach 80 plus inches. One young, one's not old, but he's definitely, Joshua's not, I don't think he's in his prime anymore. He may be right there, about to start on the decline, but he's still right there. Joshua can still perform at the highest level. But so I put it there, Dubois is right, almost at his peak. I don't think Dubois is peaked yet. I don't think he's in his prime yet. He's right there. But AJ's been there for a while. I think he may be right about coming out. So he and Dubois may actually be at the same space as far as where they're in their career, physically. But trying to see what can Dubois do to possibly win this fight. I don't think there's much Dubois can do. I don't think he can out-jab AJ. I don't think he can outspeed AJ. He has power. You got to give him credit for that. I don't think he can out-footwork AJ. I don't think he can out-IQ AJ. The only thing Dubois can do that he has control over is to foul AJ. Elbows, knees, headbutt him. That's what he's going to have to do. And that's what we've seen him do in his against Gerald Miller and Hrgovic. As Dubois is fighting, he's taking a lot of shots. But he is getting in close and he's trying to foul the opponents. So that's one thing he has control over, because in all other areas, I just think Joshua kind of nicks it, right? But then you say, okay, well, what is it that Dubois is going to need for AJ to do for Dubois to be able to land his shots and possibly hurt AJ and win the fight? Anthony Joshua has to show what he's been showing to me, which is overconfidence when he gets into that ring. AJ can be confident right now, but if he gets in that ring showing overconfidence, I just think that's going to work against him. He may hit Dubois. He may drop Dubois. But if Dubois gets up and AJ can't finish him off, I'm telling you, man, it could be just like watching AJ versus Ruiz all over again. But in this case, a lot of people know who Dubois is, and he's on a pretty good run. And some people are giving him a chance. With Andy Ruiz, I think I was the only person who gave him a chance. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see how the whole fight materializes. But I'm telling you right now, I don't like the overconfidence. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'd rather see him back on the grind and focus. When he was getting ready to fight Wallen, he was focused. Now he's going back to Riyadh season and he's back puffing out his chest. It's almost like he's already the IBF champion in his mind. Anyway, no matter what happens, I think Anthony Joshua will really have to put on a fluke type performance to lose this fight. But if he continues underestimating Danny Dubois, that's what's going to happen. He's going to regret it. And I tell you, let me tell you this: Anthony Joshua is the reason why Matchroom is where it's at when it comes to boxing. Anthony Joshua has helped to extend Matchroom Man beyond where I think Eddie Hearn thought that he could take that company. If it wasn't for Anthony Joshua, Matchroom would probably do okay, but not like how they've been just thriving and just blowing up over the years. Anthony Joshua has a lot to do with that. Anyway, that may all come to an end if AJ loses here against Dubois, because then now he goes back to the drawing board, and this may be the last we see of AJ, kind of like what we saw with Wilder. Y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. I got AJ winning, but I don't like the overconfidence. I just think that's a recipe for disaster. Anyway, in the breeze.